Is the BRICS alliance fracturing over its stance on Israel, or is this diversity of opinions a sign of the bloc's growing influence on the global stage? The BRICS alliance, hailed as a unified voice for emerging economies, finds itself at a crossroads when it comes to Israel. As the group expands and seeks to challenge the Western-dominated global order, its members' divergent positions on the Jewish state highlight both the challenges and opportunities facing this influential bloc. At the heart of the Middle East's shifting geopolitical landscape is Saudi Arabia's cautious dance towards normalizing relations with Israel. The kingdom, which joined BRICS in 2024, has long been seen as the ultimate prize in Israel's quest for regional acceptance. Recent developments suggest that Riyadh is slowly warming to the idea of formal ties with Jerusalem. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has signaled openness to normalization, contingent on progress towards Palestinian statehood. This stance represents a delicate balancing act as Saudi Arabia seeks to modernize its economy and strengthen ties with the West while maintaining its leadership role in the Muslim world. However, the path to normalization is far from smooth. The October 7th Hamas attack on Israel and the subsequent war in Gaza have complicated matters significantly. Saudi officials have pulled back from negotiations, insisting that Israel must first accept Palestinian self-determination. This setback underscores the complex interplay between regional dynamics and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Once considered a potential mediator between Israel and its Arab neighbors, Russia's relationship with the Jewish state has grown increasingly frosty. Moscow's invasion of Ukraine and its deepening ties with Iran have strained relations with Jerusalem. Russia has been vocal in its criticism of Israel's military operations in Gaza, condemning what it sees as disproportionate use of force against civilians. This stance aligns more closely with other BRICS members like China and South Africa, potentially signaling a shift in the bloc's overall position on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Perhaps the most outspoken BRICS member on the Israeli-Palestinian issue is South Africa. In a bold move that sent shockwaves through the international community, Pretoria brought a case against Israel at the International Court of Justice, ICJ, accusing it of genocide in Gaza. This legal action reflects South Africa's long-standing support for the Palestinian cause, rooted in its own history of overcoming apartheid. The ICJ case has garnered support from other BRICS members, particularly Russia and China, highlighting the potential for the bloc to take collective action on contentious global issues. The expansion of BRICS to include both Iran and Egypt further complicates the alliance's stance on Israel. Iran's vehement opposition to the Jewish state is well documented, with Tehran consistently calling for Israel's destruction and supporting anti-Israeli militant groups across the region. In stark contrast, Egypt has maintained a cold peace with Israel since the 1979 Camp David Accords. While relations between Cairo and Jerusalem have been strained at times, Egypt has played a crucial role in mediating between Israel and Palestinian factions, particularly in Gaza. This dichotomy within BRICS underscores the challenges the bloc faces in formulating a coherent policy towards Israel and the broader Middle East. It also raises questions about how the alliance will manage these conflicting viewpoints as it seeks to expand its global influence. As BRICS grapples with these divergent positions, some have proposed the creation of a BRICS parliament to facilitate collective decision-making and action. Such a body could provide a forum for member states to debate and potentially reconcile their differing views on issues like Israel and the Palestinian territories. A BRICS parliament could draw inspiration from other regional bodies like the European Parliament or the Pan-African Parliament. It could potentially issue non-binding resolutions, conduct hearings, and serve as a platform for dialogue between member states and civil society organizations. However, the creation of such an institution would face significant hurdles. BRICS members have traditionally been wary of ceding sovereignty to supranational bodies, and the wide range of political systems within the bloc, from democracies to authoritarian regimes, could make consensus building challenging. As we return to our opening question, it becomes clear that the BRICS alliance's diverse stances on Israel are both a challenge and an opportunity. While these differences may complicate efforts to present a unified front, they also reflect the bloc's growing importance as a forum for global South nations to engage on critical international issues. The expansion of BRICS to include major players like Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Egypt has undoubtedly increased the alliance's potential influence in the Middle East. However, it has also introduced new fault lines that will need to be carefully managed. Moving forward, BRICS may need to embrace a model of unity in diversity when it comes to Israel and other contentious issues. Rather than striving for complete consensus, the bloc could leverage its members' varied relationships and perspectives to play a more nuanced and potentially influential role in regional diplomacy. Ultimately, the BRICS alliance's ability to navigate these complex dynamics will be a key test of its maturity and relevance on the global stage. As the bloc continues to evolve, its approach to Israel may well serve as a bellwether for its broader ambitions to reshape the international order. Thanks for watching. I include all my sources for the video in the description. Please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing if you find this content useful. It really helps the channel. Leave a comment below to provide feedback and let me know if you want me to cover any particular topic.